Hello everybody, this is an astrological forecast for Sagittarius for 2013, and this also applies if you have a Sagittarius ascendant. So my Saggies, your ruler Jupiter is in the 7th house until the 25th of June. So time still to keep on expanding your relationships, your understanding of how you relate to people. It should bring more people into your life, especially people from overseas. Try to connect with people from other countries, other languages. Maybe you're going to learn another language. This will be certainly a good time to do it, but certainly learn how to communicate better with people in your life. It should bring new opportunities for you. For those of you looking for a relationship, it may well be in this first 6 months that it comes. It also can indicate a marriage. It can also, as well, Jupiter never does things by halves, so it can bring into you, but can also mean that there can be an ending even. People are often surprised. Oh, Jupiter, I thought it was good fortune in my house of relationship. Well, the good fortune may in fact be disguised. You may think that you didn't want this relationship to end, but it could be that blessing in disguise because it opens the way for a much better, more nourishing, soulful relationship for you to have in the future. So it can go either way, but still overall Jupiter, as you know, the optimist of the zodiac that you are, it's still time to socialize, get out, meet people. After that, Jupiter for the last 6 months of the year and into next year, going into your 8th house. Well, this can bring an inheritance. It can bring money from somebody else. It can bring sponsorship, a grant, an investor. It can also bring a joint investment or a business project with somebody, even maybe from overseas. And it can bring money from somebody else. But equally, it can mean, because Jupiter, as I said, never does things by halves, as you know. Sagittarius, you love to burn the candle at both ends. So really, what this also can mean is that the money can go out and you can lose a lot of money with a partnership. So if you get into a financial partnership during the last 6 months of the year, be careful about it. Yeah, be careful that you've got a good handle on the monies. Now, Saturn, it went into Scorpio, into your 12th house from October of 2012 and stays there for about just under 3 years. So in your 12th house, what this is going to mean, Sagittarius, is there's going to be a lot of finishing up to be done. Loose ends that you can tie up. So it may be some things coming to fruition that you've been working on for a long time, particularly connected with work. You may also find yourself working behind the scenes with a lot of things that you maybe haven't concentrated on before, working more on the inner you. This year, there's going to be a lot of focus on the inner you. And if you will work on that, Sagittarius, and I know you like to be out there and doing stuff, but this isn't, in some ways, there will be an inner focus for some of this year. Be very beneficial for you, because the more you can focus inwardly and understand yourself, your dreams, the messages that are coming to you as well, when you tune into other types of vibrations, which you can do, Sagittarius, then you get new information, and that helps you move forward with areas in your life that you might be feeling stuck with. With Pluto in your house of finance, square to that Uranus in your 5th house, well, you may be experiencing challenges financially. This would not be a time to take on heavy debt. It would be a time to get rid of the debt. It can be a time where some of you may decide, well, you know, I've had enough, I'm going to declare bankruptcy. Or I'm going to find a new way of earning a lot of money, because Pluto is a lot. So it can mean a lot of debt, but it can also mean a huge amount of wealth. So you may get it, in fact, through a business of your own, a business idea, something that's radical, something that's new, something that's different, something that's leading edge, that's cutting edge. So be ready to take something out into the world that maybe you've not been sure about. Research it carefully, because Pluto needs serious research, but it could be very successful. Uranus in the 5th house, well, time to follow some of your hobbies, some of the things that you enjoy more, but also to go more with the flows of your energy. So sometimes you have a tendency to push things through. Well, Okay to a point, but not if you're spreading yourself too thin, if you're in lots of different places and not accomplishing enough. So during those moments where you're pushing too hard, take time out to relax. Otherwise, the Uranus is going to bump you and you'll have to relax. Something will come up that will force you to stop. You don't want that to happen. You want to be able to take the real balance that you need between work and play and be able to balance those two. Sometimes there isn't always a balance. Sometimes it's too much playing. Let me put it the other way. But it needs to come more into balance. We've got a lovely grand trine coming up from the 9th to the 27th of July. And for you, it's in your 4th, 8th and 12th houses. This can bring some real good fortune in these areas. So certainly with the home area, that's the 4th, the 8th house, anything concerning joint finances, and the 12th house, anything you're doing working on the inner you, looking at metaphysics, astrology, any of these subjects that interest you, going deeper into it, and also deeper into health and healing. All the Mercury retrogrades are hitting those houses this year for you. So that's February, March, June, July, October, November time, roughly around those times, you'll have an opportunity to reassess. So you might reassess where you're living. You might decide you want to move. Maybe there's a family member who needs you, who needs something from you. Maybe you're feeling as though you're being too pulled upon, and that needs to change. But you'll have an opportunity to reassess these areas, and I will cover that, of course, during the months ahead in more detail when those Mercury retrogrades do come up. So now let me give you some exciting times with Venus and Mars through your some of the houses. So Venus in your sign, Sag, for the first week of the year until January the 8th, and also from October the 9th to November the 4th. So you get it twice. So some of the other signs will be quite jealous of that because most of us only get it once. So Venus in your sign, time to do something nice for yourself. To have a makeover, get your hair done, buy something nice, do something you enjoy. It makes you more attractive. People like you. It brings just nicer things to you with that Venus in your sign. Venus going into your house of finance from January the 9th to February the 1st. This could bring something fortunate to you financially. Also watch that you don't overspend on a luxury item that perhaps you don't need or can't afford at this time. Venus into your 5th house of romance from March the 22nd to April the 14th. This could bring a romance into your life, or somebody young that you have fun with, or just something good happening in your own business if you have one. Venus into the 6th from April the 15th to May the 9th. This could bring something good in your work area and also a little boost to your health. And Venus in your 7th house of relationship from May the 10th to June the 2nd. So opportunity to meet somebody, to get into a relationship, be it personal or business. Mars is where you put your energy. In January all month, it's in your 3rd house. Good time for learning, for networking, for being social, and for anything involving technology. It goes into your 5th house from March the 12th to April the 19th. This is a good time to start a new business, to launch a new product or service, or to do something extra in the business that you've already got, if you have your own business. Mars in your 6th house from April the 20th to the end of May. Great time to put energy into work. You should be able to get a lot done, and you should feel a boost of energy with your health going up a notch. Mars into your 7th between the beginning of June and July the 13th. Could be some arguments in your relationships, maybe some disagreements because you're being a bit more assertive than usual. You might find that it's also though, a good time to go after a relationship, but just make sure you're not being too pushy. And then Mars into your 10th house from October 15th to December the 7th. So this will be a good time to push forward with your career. You should be able to get a lot done and you may take things into a new direction. Phew! So there you have it. That's a lot of information, my dear Sagittarius. You might want to have a reading about what this year holds in store for you personally in more detail. You might want to ask a question. I'm always thrilled to hear from you. And I wish you a very happy, healthy and successful year ahead. Thank you very much for listening. Bye for now.